She traps us in a cage every time we catch up to her.
Yep.
So you'll see how much bigger that got.
Yeah. Holy fuck, that's like literally the whole screen now. Goddamn.
Oh, yeah. You get plenty strong in this game. Which is funny because that's sort of antithetical to what Touhou is. Touhou is a Souls game. It's not a you get strong game. It's a you learn to dodge game.
That definitely seems to be the general premise, yeah.
I mean, first of all, because that's the function of the game as a shooter, but
yeah,
in general, it's like, no, you learn to pick your shots versus you just overpower them with raw power.
Yeah.
So I appreciate being given the option.
It's funny you make that analogy because honestly, if you know where to look, you can actually make yourself pretty fucking busted in certain Souls games and literally just tank through damage. It all depends if you know where to get the right armor, though. But yeah, good old Havel armor, fucking good stuff.
I relate it more to RPGs where it's sure you can have a technical setup or something, or you can do magic, or you can just become a big warrior man.
Yep. Just become dude with a big fucking stick and just bonking people. Dude, that's always a fun time.
That don't stop being satisfying.
No, not really.
Also, we've apparently hit the point of enemy recallers. Look at the green flower.
Oh yeah.
Next to all of the typically orange ones.
Doesn't seem to translate too much to actual HP values though.
I think at this point, because this is a side quest, we're probably powerful enough to override it.
No, you did not hit in one hit, to be fair.
Especially since we also upgraded all of our attacks in the last 2 stages.
True.
So it might have been a different story if I did this one first.
Yeah. I think a bomb would be good here. It's starting to seem like good economic value of using the bombs in this game is if there's at least 5 enemies on screen and or up against bosses.
Yeah, with how long they take to recharge, you need a full room or at least a mini boss in there.
Even then, like, doing a bomb itself actually does recover like a quarter of its usage, which is very funny. Oh my god, I'm getting flashbacks right now.
Yeah, this is the place we've been before.
Yeah, this is literally, I think, where Remilia says that after putting the sunscreen on, hey, it's kind of cool right now.
That was actually the Yokai Mountain. This is the area that's...
Oh, right.
This is the area that's across the lake from her house.
Yeah, it's over there on the left.
I appreciate this because when you come at it from certain angles, you get Rainbow's shine or reflection or whatever in the water.
The giant X. Oh my god, so funny.
Also, realistic lighting and shadow. That's cool.
Yeah, it's not like...
on her plasticine doll body.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll upgrade the models later on, but this is still really good.
I mean, this is already an upgrade to the first game. Yeah, you can see the Scarlet Devil Mansion in the background.
Yeah,
there.
also like the how we're running along the side of the lake and it's slowly curving. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I would call this area actually an achievement of the first game.
Yeah, I would too, but like the sense of like movement with the background here is really cool. Also SSD, so loads instantly. Hell yeah. No hitches.
Why do you have your light turned on during the day?
I don't know. Maybe Gensokyo hasn't learned about effective energy usage so far.
Wait.
Also, there's tiny bugs flying around it too, I think.
Yeah, that's
tiny little gnats.
That's a cute detail.
Yeah.
Because you normally only see that in the nighttime stages.
Also, maybe is it
also,
cool?
How did you get a lamp posts? Because that's not actually a thing in Gensokyo.
Well, Denizens of Hell have lights, I guess. I don't know. I imagine the Kappas are very selective who gets electricity and who doesn't. Oh, hi.
They reward you for looking in odd places.
That's very fair.
This is the first stage in the original game, and
yeah,
I like this location a lot.
This is really cute.
They really set this up as a tourist spot. You have the binoculars that can look out over the lake.
You can look at the Scarlet Devil Mansion, but you can't touch. All right, well, we know it's her. She's doing the roughly the same attacks as Sakia.
She's not doing her actual attacks, though, exactly, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's hard to see.
Come on.
Wait, did you use your bomb already in this boss fight, or what?
No,
was that
hadn't
still
finished.
recharging from before? Oh my god,
Still recharging from before.
that's nuts. There's a rough pattern to this, but yeah, that's hard to see. I think it's ironically because of the really sharp texture work, it actually makes it harder to immediately see them.
Yeah.
Ooh, got some crits in there, nice.
The good news, at least, is that her attacks aren't very powerful, so I can take a bunch of them without getting my shit kicked in instantly.
Yeah, man, we would record this in 1080p. The knives would be literally invisible right now to people watching.
Probably.
Like, sweet lord. I think, nope, okay.
The gap is too small to do the wobbling exactly as I was doing it in that previous stage.
You still did pretty good there, all things considered.
Yeah.
Oh no, we got glowing eyes, okay. Intel. Oh, well, then again, alright, do the base.
Yeah. Can't figure out if she's an imposter. This will not be followed up on in the span of this game at all, so hopefully they're planning a third.
Maybe. Is this gonna go somewhere? Maybe. Alright, I think I got one stage left in me before I gotta call it a night.
Alright.
It's hard to tell if we've actually made good progress tonight or not. Because it's been a lot of side missions, holy crap. This game throws a lot more of them at you than I thought they would. Which I guess I appreciate, but damn.
Hang on. Okay, so now that's going to be an actual battle. Nothing going on up here. Can you spare 2?
Maybe. Can you do them both in 15 minutes?
I'm certainly going to try.
Alright. Arch has been swallowing what? Okay.
Fairies.
That's
There's a
okay.
big frog that's been eating fairies.
That's brutal. Let's do something about that.
When you get to the later stages, whether it's even if it's places you've already been, they really jack up the enemy count for seemingly no reason.
I guess it helps with the XP accumulation, but yeah.
The other problem is, as I think I understand it, is if it's a place you've already been, it's going to spit out the same level of inventory you are, from when you were there last.
Oh, Christ, really?
I think. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a bit, but that wouldn't surprise me.
Wow, you're not kidding about the differently colored enemies just being tossed at you now. Holy crap.
It really is 10. Because that was a game that had a really low enemy variety.
Final Fantasy 10?
Yeah.
I think so.
Very few enemies and just recolored the ones it did.
Yeah, I do remember that being the case. 10 was a bit of a blur for me, but I think that was one of the sticking points, yeah.
That was also the problem with Breath of the Wild, where the first game only had like 10 or 12 enemies spread out through the entire game.
Despite being my literal favorite Final Fantasy game, I will say that 12 sometimes has that issue as well. Sometimes more so for difficulty purposes, but oftentimes, like, you will see the same behemoth model used in a couple different areas.
I don't think it's nearly as bad, but at least most of the time they're introducing new types of enemies.
Yeah, and there's a decent enough variety of them, but yeah, like later areas, like, geez, I can't fucking remember the name offhand. Some of the later mist-cover areas do tend to recycle a lot of the same enemies, which is fine for difficulty purposes, but yeah.
At least they're introducing enemies that were new for the time. What other games besides, I don't know, 11 or 14 are you going to find literal dinosaur or tomato guy just to name, or little tiger guys just to name the guys that are hanging out outside of Ravenaster?
Yeah, that's true. That's what happens when you got the guy who did Tactics as the main game. Actually, I'm not totally sure about that, but I'm pretty... Well, it is the same universe.
It is. That was also Matsuno, or it was for most of development. In 2004 or 5, he became violently ill and so had to step down from the project.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that happens. But Final Fantasy has had a really shit track record of keeping their directors, and especially their good ones. Either they get sick or get ripped off of projects, or have 18 projects under their belt at the exact same time.
Which of the 5 projects of Nomura are you think about right now?
7, 15, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
The various different Kingdom Hearts games.
Being unable to keep a good schedule going for Final Fantasy versus 13, so eventually they literally publicly apologized and it gets rebranded to 15.
So the thing with that in most of those cases, if you hear about something several years before it actually comes out, what that actually means is it was a project that they announced that they wanted to work on but did not actually start working on for several years. And so is literally just they made a CG trailer that looks like gameplay but wasn't actually real. So with like Versus 13, they had never done any actual active development on it. They just made trailers that looked like gameplay for something they wanted to work on in the future.
Well, I thought it was literally being developed alongside the main 13 line, but they got caught in production halls very often because of budgeting, so they eventually had to scrap it and just redo it.
So
that's why I understand anyway.
There is some truth to that, but that's not it by and large. The first problem is that Japan hit a huge roadblock when developing HD games, and that they were enormous. Their older engines weren't working, and if they were going to develop newer engines in-house, which was the thing you did in 7th gen because you didn't really have homogenized engines yet.
Yeah.
You had to make your engine do multiple things, or else it was going to be fucked and only able to do one thing. Hence why we got 313 games and nothing else on Crystal Tools aside from that in 14.
Yeah, true.
And so when it actually came down to it, they weren't able to do the things they wanted to do with Versus 13 on the Crystal engine. And also because of increasing deadlines, 13 was actually only built in 2 years. That's why they don't have any real cities or towns. They did not have the time to make them.
Yeah.
And why they were able to start doing that again once they hit 13.2 and Lightning Returns, because they actually had all of their engine work done by then and could actually iterate on their existing assets.
Those one, there is actually exactly like I think maybe 2 towns you can actually visit in 13 original, but like they're literally uninhabited. It's very funny.
Yeah, there's the theme park that you walk around in but don't do anything in, and there's the town that
got ransacked. Yeah,
the one that Hope lives in.
Yeah.
None that you spend any significant amount of time on or go into any actual buildings.
I was thinking about the one that's like right outside the second boss fight for Bartantalus.
Yeah.
Which is like just a abandoned listy city, I think, where they're all turned into crystals, I think, and or monsters. Which is often how it goes in that series.
Do you mean when you get to Grand Pulse and you?
Yeah, it was Grand Pulse, I think.
Yeah, and you've got all of the Seath statues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the big wildlands, and then you come up on a city that had been destroyed in the 500 years since the last war.
Yeah. It's about to spit up all the fairies. Jarno, what are you doing? Oh my god, it ate her.
This is a sort of a running theme. Cherno, whenever she has free time to do shit, she's just freezing frogs and thus killing them because she finds it funny.
Oh, that's what that meme was I just found on Google a bit earlier about freezing frogs. That explains that.
Yeah, she basically does, I guess, the yokai equivalent of a sociopathic child taking a magnifying glass to ants.
Yeah, I can believe that with her, honestly. Actually, that is 100% in character.
And when she found something that was too big for her to actually do that on, it just ate her.
A little bit of karmic justice going on there, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just one more now, actually. How about that?
Just one more, and then we'll be set to almost actually go into the final arc.
Okay.
So we're going through that same area we were just in 2 stages ago, the one we were chasing Zakia around.
Yeah.
There are multiple variations of generally nearby the Scarlet Devil Mansion.
Makes sense that there would be a lot of fleshed out areas near that area in particular, given the prior game and the general popularity of 6 as well. Yeah.
Most of Gensokyo is made up of uninhabited forest land nearby various points of interest.
Yeah.
But every connecting location is going to be some form of a forest.
That being said, though, I cannot emphasize just enough how much games like this really help to flesh out and actually crystallize, like, what exactly the world is like. Like, these games are kind of important for that. Instead of just flying through the air nebulously and being told about this stuff secondhand.
Yeah, that's sort of a problem that the series has by and large. Given the format, you can't do a lot of actual world focus inside the text of the games itself.
Yeah.
So it has to always be directly about the characters.
Which is fine and all, but like you hear about Gensokyo and like, but then you have questions like, what all is it actually like in there? But there's not much really good in like the way of like a top-down shooting game. Yeah.
You hear about all the cool people and places there are in it, but you don't learn much about how magical the world itself is. Like if there are any weird fucked up places like the Distortion World or something where water flows up instead of down or anything sort of like that. The closest thing you have to that is, oh yeah, we have 2 different hells.
Yeah.
And we have the literal afterlife here in this dimension, separate from the rest of reality.
Yep. Yeah, I would have held off on the bomb for this one. I think there's going to be another wave afterwards.
Probably, but we're still a ways from the actual boss.
Oh, never mind. That actually did. Oh, crap.
I really wish that move had any sort of better tracking.
It almost did hit one of them, to be fair, but it just didn't have enough range for it.
Correction, I wish it had magnetism.
Okay, I will make sure to find all the good homing attacks that Marisa has. Actually, if I'm being real here, I think I got a good amount of pressure on me to actually try to complete Marisa's in a good amount of time now. Do you have portraits? Nah.
Mountain Spirit. So they're in just soldier outfits, I think.
They straight up are. They're just the kappas, but like in camo gear. Very odd. If you look at it closely too, almost looks like a tuxedo, but like the top of it.
Do I want to pay the $10 fee to keep going? Or just fight them and get out of it?
Oh my god, they're totally bandits. I mean, I would totally them piss off, but we are literally bleeding from our eyeballs with gold, so it doesn't really matter at all.
For $10, who gives a shit?
Yeah, literally.
You just take it.
Yeah, $10 when we have like literally $1,700 to our name. We're not doing anything with it. It's like, fuck it, why not?
Oh no, I'm sorry. We have
$2,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you want some pittance change? Sure, here, take it, whatever.
You know, you're relating it to the rough American equivalent. Reminds me of some posts detailing the rates that people wanted for the SAG strike. And it's like, we want like 0.5% extra of whatever the gross profits are of this movie or this show.
God forbid, you know?
And it's like, they related it to someone saying someone that makes $2,000 an hour or something, having to give someone 50 cents.
That's literally not even close to how that works.
Yeah. No, the comparison of 0.5%.
Oh, yeah, 0.5%, right.
Yeah,
I got my math wrong on
someone
that.
that makes $2,000 an hour or a day or whatever to give you 50 cents and them saying no.
Yeah.
Or someone that makes $200,000 a year to give you $50.
Yeah.
Needless to say, somehow that still isn't going well.
There was movement apparently on it originally, but the fucking company's dipped out, so it's still going on. Goddamn.
I believe the cause on that one was because they didn't want to have to get rid of AI from their contracts.
Oh boy.
Because that's what allows them to use your likeness in perpetuity.
Ha! Okay. No clip, it just worked.
Fantastic. Because that's what allows them to use your likeness in perpetuity without having to actually pay you.
Well, I guess that means John Cena will be on Monday Night Raw for a few more weeks to come. Oh boy.
Did his contract expire?
No, literally, he's him and The Rock are making some appearances on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown right now, and it's mostly just because of their availability and scheduling right now because of the strike.
Rock went back to wrestling?
He goes back every once in a while to do like either promote something or to like do something else. Right now he's back to probably do a program with Roman Reigns right now.
I thought he would have been permanently on movies or what have you.
So Dwayne has been on a bit of a bad streak of movies as of late.
Bad movies or him saying the stupid shit lately. I've heard he's said a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah, I don't think he's said anything stupid necessarily. Maybe he said something dumb about Israel. I don't fucking know. That's a fire crab.
Time for crab.
Literally, Jesus Christ, dude, you're cooking.
Let him cook.
Yeah, literally let him cook. But no, there's been a lot of potholes in the roads for good old Dwayne, like the huge push for Black Adam and him taking over the reins from Warner Bros. For DC, but that completely falling flat on his face.
Yeah, he wanted to be the face of DC.
Young Rock actually got canceled. I didn't even know that. I didn't get renewed for season 2 at least, or that or got canceled early.
Is that a cartoon?
No, it's like a autobiography of the Rock being portrayed by different characters.
Okay, because on its face, that sounds like when Adult Swim did that cartoon where it's kids solving mysteries with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson mystery something.
I heard that show was actually pretty good though.
I heard it was funny, but I mean, I hope you can sell a controversial figure in that regard if in this cartoon he's interacting with kids.
I literally don't think people give a shit about Mike Tyson that much anymore. And that's not to say that he hasn't done some cool shit in the world of boxing, but like I don't think people fucking care about how he bit a dude's ear off once or something.
Hasn't he been in and out of jail a couple of times?
Maybe. I don't know. He's also been like a hugely controversial figure in the past too, but like I don't think it. Yeah, but whatever. World of combat sports is wild in general, so it's whatever. Anyway, where's it going with that? Oh yeah, so
Rock.
Rock's been a little bit of a decline in terms of like his relevancy, so he's going back to try and help elevate World Wrestling Entertainment right now. Just a little bit right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, did they ever finally actually get someone to replace Vince, or did
so about that actually?
Because I heard that he was finally stepping down.
So
was it going to be one of his kids after all, or was it going to be a hiree?
So that was a thing that whole thing that happened last year. I'm glad to hear about that actually. Yeah, whole sexual assault allegations came out against him.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff, as well as like tax fraud and some undocumented money. So he stepped down. But he maintained his power as the main shareholder for the company. So he used that as leverage to get back into a directorial seat. However, recently WWE mixed with UFC and to form TKO.
Damn it, wrong one.
To form TKO something, network production something, being run by someone else higher than Vince. And so Vince has been forced out of creative for wrestling right now. Oh, hey, I feel like we're in here.
I did. I clicked the wrong one by mistake. I was trying to go to the store to upgrade us before we left for the night.
To be fair, it's very funny still. And recently, yeah, R.A. Emanuel actually forced out Vince from all creative, and now it's all in the helms of Triple H. We're gonna write some actual good wrestling. You won't get the impression, but yeah. So that's pretty cool. Monday Night Raw has actually been doing some cool stuff, and unfortunately, that's come at the expense of AEW hasn't really been doing much in the way of actual good concepts late, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, it's interesting. It is kind of interesting.
Cool.
All right, so I'm glad I managed to talk us through the whole end level right now. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed. Next time, I think we're going to the moon. I thought we were going to the moon this episode, did not quite happen.
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately, a lot of this game's impressive with the padding. Holy fuck.
I know. Remember the first time when we were able to do each story in 1 6-hour day?
Yeah, seriously. Like it's been, I think, over 6 hours now. We're not even done with her yet. Story yet. Holy crap.
Let me save. Saving. And to give you a sense of perspective.
Right, yeah, I did see the numbers before. 11:52 for her.
6 hours.
So we're 6 hours with her right now. The bottom one there is 16 hours.
That was with a shit ton of deaths and not being acquainted yet with it. So this will probably come down to 9 or 10.
That is totally doable, possible. But yeah, hope you guys.
And this will also probably get shorter because that's 12 hours on a first run.
Yeah, true. Plus, you'll have me I'll have you co-piloting, so that'd be pretty cool. All right, guys. Next time, more shenanigans, and hopefully, actually get to fuck with moon people, maybe. All right, good night.
We're going to the fucking moon.
We're going to moon. We're sending the first rat to the moon, boys.
Peace.